So, it's 8:10, 9:21:17. Um, this noise, I was sitting at my little table thingamajigger, the TV dinner stand thing. I don't use it for that, but anyways, I was just wanted to make a blackout audio. Blackout audio, that sounds cool. And sometimes if I don't think I'm recording or whatever, it's strange. I got that ADD when I record. So anyways, it's 2017, September the 21st, I just said. And I was just thinking, technically next month, I would probably say next month or so, definitely around November the 3rd. I just say the 1st. That's when I got sick. And I've been sick ever since. And that was in 2004, so that's 13 years of my life completely screwed. I've lost it. Not only have I lost 13 years to do whatever I want to do, or whatever, it's not you just lost 13 years. It's you've lost a whole bunch of crap. It's just kind of reminds me of I don't know. Actually, I think there was a guy or something. He went to prison when he was 16, and he got out when he was 50 or so, or I don't remember. I know I was talking about this a while back, but it was a different story. I was just kind of just making stuff up in my head, but I was like, wow, that's kind of the same thing. But think about it. You go in when you're a young teenager, a young man or a young woman, around 15, 16 years old for whatever, and you pretty much, you're in prison until you're 50, 60, whatever the case is. And then it's you get out, and the big issue is, you probably wouldn't even know what the hell to do. A lot of prisoners, ex-cons and stuff, they break the law just to go back to prison, especially the ones that's been in prison for long periods of time. But you take someone that's essentially been in prison their whole life, say 16 at, I don't know, say, the 60s or 70s or whatever, right? Compared to then to now, it's completely different. There's been technologies that's come and gone, especially with what they had, if they even had that, just because of the age. It was a lot different. I guess for me, there's been a lot that's changed over the years, since 2000-ish, and now 2017. I know the music sucks like it's never sucked before. I think in the early 2000s the music was, it was popping. Compared to now, it's what the hell did that person just say? Take the peanut butter out of your mouth, for real, seriously. But the thing is, some of the things that really affect me personally is not being able. There's a lot of things vanity, youthfulness is a big player. Not only vanity and youthfulness, but also vitality. You know, a 20-year-old, 18-year-old, whatever, is going to have, most of the time, they're going to have way more stamina than someone in their 40s or 50s or 60s. I mean, there's some people out there, you know, they're like in their 40s or 50s, and they do these exercise programs, and they're like, wow, you know, I feel better than I did when I was in my 20s. You know, that's where I was coming up with that. But, I mean, there's a lot of things that I want to do. It's like, and then it's like you got the whole relationship thing. I mean, I don't just base, you know, looks on getting a girl or whatever, but, you know, hey, you know, it's men and women do this. That's one of the reasons men and women, most of them, they want younger people. That's why they usually are around the teen age area. You know, hopefully legally, just because of the laws, you gotta be a certain age. In Texas, it's 17, but 18 is probably a little better. I think New York and other places, you gotta be 21. I don't know. I know it's like for certain things, but, you know, like, you know, a 40, 50-year-old, they get in with a 20-year-old. Well, first of all, that right there is a fucking, like, holy Jesus, that's a huge difference, especially the way, like, in our culture today. Our culture today is a lot different than 10 years ago. Dramatically different. I mean, the things that's going on today, I'm just like, whoa, what the hell? You know, I wouldn't even know how to interact with, you know, somebody in their early 20s. But at the same time, I also want someone around my age, but someone that doesn't have kids. But at the same time, I mean, I don't want to get with someone that's in their 30s. I'm 34, so I don't want to get with someone in their 30s, and it's like, you know, everything's good, but at the same time, it's like, you know, most females, when they hit about 35, well, yeah, 35 to 37, that's when they should really start looking old. I'm not like saying old, but they don't have that young, almost like teenage, early 20s look. Even 20s in general. And then it also kind of pisses me off to think about, you know, I find this, like, say, 30-something-year-old. Say I find a hot one, right? A hot 34-year-old. You know, where I have an attraction. I mean, I fall in love with girls that, just the looks, let alone other things. I was like, huh, you know, I fell in love with. So it's not always about looks, but, you know, it pisses me off that, you know, you have these, you know, these hot 30, 40-year-olds out there running around, and you're like, oh my God, just imagine what she looked like when she was 16. Like, oh, you know? Like, she would have been hella, whew. And then it's like, you know, she's probably been through a few different dudes. I mean, she's not young. I mean, she's almost 40, if not 40 already. And the whole virgin part, you ain't getting that shit. Nope. If you're getting that shit, you're probably going to jail. But I don't know, like, that gets to me. Like, I want to spend, you know, it's kind of like having kids. I don't have kids yet, not that I know of. But it's like, you know, there's a lot of people that want to have kids at an older age. But the problem is, what people don't understand is we fucking die. You know, so the older that you get, the less that you're actually going to get to see your kids. You know? So the older you get, the later you have kids, hey, I mean, if you start having kids and they have kids at a young age, like young minor age, I think I calculated it around 15 or so. But if everybody had kids, well, even at 20, if you had kids by 20, you can have 3 generations by the time you're 60. But if you're already 30, I mean, you're going to be 50 time your kid's 20, and that's if your kid even has a kid. And not everybody wants to have kids. I'm not going to force my kids to have kids. But it's crazy though how you have freaking 4 generations. Like a lot of the Mexican culture, it's like, how the hell do you get 4 generations of kids? Like, holy Jesus. Wow. 4 freaking, I mean, they would have all had to have been like 12 years old. Like every one of them. Babies having babies, wow, like literally. But I mean, that's kind of another thing. Like, to me, like, say if I found like a 35-year-old. She was hot as hell. Like, how I got lucky, I don't know. But she was hot as hell, like, banging. But at the same time, there's some issues. But, put that aside, say I fall along with her, it would really piss me off because, first of all that hotness, I lost that hotness. So, that really gets to me. And then, say, okay, she's, say 35, 40 years old. Okay, how many years does she have before she really starts to look dull? I'm not trying to, like, be disrespectful. It's just, we all have that attraction. And I hate that. But I'm not trying to get with these young girls either for a few reasons. I mean, first, it's kind of odd, since men, boys to men are automatically like, oh, no, you can't have sex with those underage girls because that's illegal. You know what? First of all, I say fuck that. And this is my thoughts. I have 2 thoughts before you get all butthurt about shit. So, the first thought is, if a kid has not started puberty, that shit's fucked up. Like, say, I don't know, hell, you got like 11, 12-year-olds, already developed looking like 18-year-olds. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever. Would that kind of fall in the line of pedophile? Yeah. Because I think it's actually to 13. So yeah, technically. But, I mean, when you see, that's one of the things that I don't like is how, when they put these girls down and saying, and then they try to make it like it's the guy's fault, where they basically go and say, well, people that young, they don't know any better, blah, 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 their minds aren't developed, blah, 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 blah. No, you know what? First of all, you're an idiot. Now, the kids prior, they're the preteens, like the, to birth to like, 9, 10, 11, whatever, they probably have no concept, let alone even have any like hormonal changes where they're actually having puberty. People like that, those motherfuckers should get killed. Now, other people, say 12 years old. See, what people don't understand is they forget history. Back in the day, our life expectancy was not high whatsoever. It was very low. So it was very normal to have kids with a 12-year-old. I mean, some probably younger. I mean, that's kind of on the verge of, I don't know. But, back in the days, a 16-year-old would have been a full-grown adult, essentially. Even in America, back in the early 1900s, it was commonplace to marry 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't, it's just, to me, that's just, I don't know, man. Like, I wouldn't be classified as a pedophile. I'd be classified as I think it's like anything from 14 to like 19 or something. Like, that's my range. But at the same time, I also ain't trying to go to jail either. So some people, they just don't understand because they've been conditioned, even though throughout history this has been a normal process. Now, if you're going after little girls that don't even comprehend, let alone they haven't even started their stuff. Well, your ass needs to be fucking shot and hung and every other damn thing. That's my thoughts. But yeah, basically we've been told not to get with these girls and whatever. So it's like now I'm 34. Say I get with a 20-year-old or even a 24-year-old, and that could be even a 27-year-old. I mean, I've like when I was like 18 or whatever it was, 7 years. It's like, okay, I knew little girls at 7 years younger than, or that was like, 7 years younger than me. And then it's like, now you look at them and you're like, oh my damn God, girl, you looking, la 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 la. But at the same time, it's very weird because, just a few years ago, she was like a little kid. And it's just like, well, that's just weird. Not to mention, it's like, say if I was 40, right, and I finally got me a girlfriend or whatever, say she was in her 20s, or whatever, that could also be weird. I mean, especially, you look at some parents, they'd be like, why is this 40-year-old dude trying to get with my 20-year-old daughter? Or my 18-year-old daughter? But I do want to have kids, and, so I'm going to definitely have to get a younger girl, due to the biological clock and everything else, which, it's, the thirst is real out there. That's one of the reasons a lot of females get primed up in the 30s and 40s, because they know their biological clock is ticking to countdown to zero, no more chances. So, plus, back in the day, even Indians, Native Americans will tell you this. I forgot. You could probably look him up. I don't remember what his name was, but I think he was like the chief of the Lakota Sioux tribe. He was a Native American. He died a couple of years ago. But him and his wife, like, they understood. Like, I don't know how younger his wife was. They both look old. They were pretty old. But, his wife was a lot younger. They understood about, how men aren't going to live long. Like, women live longer than men. And that, you should have kids with women at young age. I wouldn't say too young, but, at young age. Women had a role, had a place. And she understood that, but he understood his roles too. Or, some of the consequences, like, hey, you pissed me off, you're going to go to sleep outside the teepee. Like, seriously. But to me, it's just, I don't know, I guess I could probably get with someone in my 20s. It's just, I kind of want to get someone with my age. And then it's like, I really feel screwed up because I don't even, like, everybody my age, like, the group that I understand, most of us, they're married, they got kids, divorced, whatever the case is, like, they've been through life. Many different things. Not just marriage and kids and whatever. And I'm not really there. And then it's like, okay, I try to get with someone younger, and it's like, well, that's kind of weird. Like I was just saying, the whole getting with someone younger. A couple of years younger, sometimes that's kind of hot. It's like, not robbing the cradle, but I don't know, it's kind of hot. But it's hot, getting with an older woman sometime too. But at the same time, it's just like, for me, it's like, I'm in I can't talk anymore. I'm in my 30s now, and I got like 40-year-olds hitting on me. I'm like, ooh, what the fuck, dude? And most of these chicks are, what the fuck? Fuck? Plus they probably got kids that's already moved out of the house and everything else, and I'm just like, dude, I haven't had kids, I haven't had anything. So, like, the younger girls, it's like, the entire culture is different. So, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like, you're supposed to be on this train, and if you're not on this train, you get left behind. And the problem is, I may sound sexist, fuck you, I don't give a shit. But women's just as sexist. I've noticed in general that older women, as well as younger, some older women will be cool with, younger guys. They'll take what they can get sometimes, just because they know they're getting old. But then again, you got some hot ass women that can, hell, look at Jennifer Lopez and Casper, and you look at all the other couples out there, the celebrity couples. Blackout, my first blackout. Whew. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's, yeah, the whole train thing. It's, you gotta, because there's so many, like when I talk about I've lost 13 years, there's so many different elements to, you didn't just lose 13 years, you've lost so many things. That's what I was talking about. I was thinking of, like, the attractive traits, that thing, it's still a thing. Like, you'll have younger girls, like say 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, whatever, that don't want to get with the 34-year-old. Some will, but in today's culture, it's like, oh my god, that's just so sick. Like, you're old as fuck, dude. You're 34. But I did ask somebody that, and they were talking about, well, I'm 19, and I say that to everybody. I don't even think I asked her. I think it was something that I read or something, and she said it out loud. But yeah, I was just like, huh. But I mean, yeah, it's like, even if I wanted to get with like a 20-something-year-old, even if I wanted to get with some hot-ass girl, like, it's probably not going to happen, because even though we try to engineer society to be non-primal, and whatever, like, pretty much what I was saying, like, with the younger girls and whatever, and everything else, it still comes back down to evolution. So men and women, they usually want something young. To me, I don't know, it's just a little weird. I'd rather be in my own generation, but at the same time, it's like, and I wouldn't even say generation, because that's 10 years, but, I really never thought about that. Like, a lot of these, like, what was the last girl that I dated? The youngest, I think she was 1990. Yeah, I think she was 1990, and that was like 5-6 years ago. So she was like 20. So yeah. I was like 25, 26, 27, I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess I would have been like 27 years old, and she would have been 20. Huh. Fucking youngsters, man. Yeah, she was a real nut job. And then some. Ugh. But yeah, just, I don't know, like, there's so many different things that I feel like I never reach. Like, I feel like, as a human being, especially in a westernized culture, or just in general, whether it's just being a person born in America or whatever, or even animalistic, evolutional needs and things that needs to be done. I'm essentially a loser. Like, I've lost everything. Like, I haven't accomplished anything due to my health issues. Like, I got nothing, and even then, it's like, what fucking person would want somebody with health issues? You know? I mean, that's probably one of the reasons, you know, I've had a couple girlfriends. I don't know about the third one, but, you know, maybe. I mean, maybe one. I don't know. They were all fucking crazy. Two black chicks and a crazy-ass white Cajun girl. So that should tell you something. All severe psychological issues. Real talk. I don't know. It's just, I don't know what to. I mean, and then you like look at, like, say if I want to get in the military. I mean, at this point, I have less than a year to get in to go and apply. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't. I got too many freaking issues. Which fucking, you know, it really pisses me off. It pisses me off real bad that I can't get in the military. Like, I feel like it's a soul thing, you know? It's just like, I'm connected. You know? But I also was thinking about possibly being a cop. Or, you know, joining the FBI. You know? Trying to sign up and go into Quantico and do my 20 weeks, but I mean, just Quantico alone. Well, I mean, shit. Usually it's a bunch of jarheads because there's a Marine base right there on Quantico. You know, I never really thought about the Marines, to be honest. Like, I tried to sign up for the Navy, and you know, that that didn't happen. I kind of, I don't know, it's not that I was interested, it's just, I had a lot of things going on in my life, and just kind of didn't do much of anything else. Not to mention where I lived, it was a small town, so, you know, it's a little more complicated. I understand. Small town, who cares, okay? You know, military picks up a lot of small town people. But, yeah, but, I mean, you look at those. Like, you look at, say, being in the service, or being a federal agent, or whatever, or being a cop, or hell, even a firefighter. I mean, that takes, you got to be pretty damn healthy, and if you're not healthy, you're pretty much screwed. You're not going to get on the force. But at the same time, there's also statutes. I don't think a statute of limitation, but there's time frames. So for a lot of, like, say if I wanted to get in certain groups of the military, I probably couldn't. So say if I got into the military right now, like say the Army, if I wanted to do infantry, I don't know. If I wanted to do special op, what do you call this? I can't think right now. I'm kind of sleepy. What do you call those people? Not Delta Force, but like special. I don't know, the elites. I don't know, you know, like Airborne and, you know, all those other ones, and Special Forces. Yeah, I can't think. Like, if I want to do that, I probably have to be young as shit, first of all. Not to mention, I don't think I'm jumping out of planes, so fuck that, so. Which is crazy, because, you know, I go bang on some doors, take out the bad guys. I mean, if they're bad guys, of course. But the problem about being in the service is, you know, you don't have to like it. You just got to do it. Because if you don't, there can be consequences. And if you do it and you didn't, what's that other saying? If I say jump, you ask how high. It doesn't really go to that, but you know, it's like if you do take somebody out or you do something that you wasn't supposed to do, you can really get screwed up. If not, go to prison. So it's very tricky. So actually, if you understand U.S. war, I don't even know why I would even want to join. I don't know. I think it's just like I'm not saying that I'm passive, but, I'm very relaxed. I'm very, just like, hey, dude, what's love, bro? But at the same time, I'm rough around the edges. I mean, sometimes I can be like, oh my God, I can't even, like, oh my God, I'm going to pass out. I'm so scared. Please don't fight me. But if you strap me up and we go into a war zone, I mean, I don't know about like an actual battlefield. I haven't been on a battlefield, but like, say if you're out there looking for some bad boys and you got to take the bad boys down, you're going to jail, bitch. Do what you got to do. I mean, I'm all down for that. That's weird though. Like, it's I don't know. It's crazy. It's like if motherfuckers try to fight me, my blood pressure and adrenaline is just like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. But maybe it's the whole gun thing. I don't know. Maybe it gives me confidence, but I don't know. But even then, you lose the gun. And it's like, okay, now you don't got the gun. Then you got to fight this motherfucker. Now what? Especially if that motherfucker got a knife. Especially if that motherfucker know how to use a knife. That's gonna be the issue. Because I don't know how to defend myself from a knife. Besides, back up. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it's my stuff, like, the girls, like, a female partner in general, I would rather have, preferably around my age, maybe a couple years younger, but at my age, I don't really want a female older. I feel like it's very depressing. Not that she would make me depressed, like, just her being her, but psychologically, it kind of messed with my head, because it's like, I don't want some old fucking, I don't want somebody old. And even if she was still hot and still desirable in bed and whatever, I mean, a few more years and she's going to be toast, pretty much, which I know it sounds a little strange, but, and then it's like, you don't even know this person. It's like, I might as well get with a fucking hot girl, that I could spend the rest of my life with. See, I don't really mind spending my life with somebody, like one person. As long as I get my needs met and everything else, shit, I'll stay with you until, whatever, until we old as hell. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just psychologically, maybe it's, I've missed out on a lot of things. So when I get with older women, such as my age or older, it kind of trips me out, because it's like, I feel like I'm missing out. I think I just said that, I don't know. On like the youthfulness, like the hotness, and I've also noticed, like, even for myself, I don't know if it's because of the things that I've been through, like depression and everything else, but like when I was in Austin, it was completely different. Like my whole thought process, my character, everything was a lot different. To a point, like everything felt almost like it was new. Like when you first get into the house, your parents' house and stuff, and you finally get your place, and you're actually living on your own, or you're going to college or whatever, you have that vitality, that like, woohoo! But now it's just like, it's just like, I got a number, I think, to this, I don't know how old she is, I think she's in her 20s. I think she's 20, 21, I don't know. Some young girl. I mean, I haven't called her, but I don't know, like, I'm having issues with that in general. Like, even if I wanted to date somebody younger or older, it's like, I wouldn't even know how to act, not just because of the culture differences, but because I've been isolated for so long. You know, I haven't really had a lot of character building. And I also kind of think that over the years, your character builds as you grow as a person. I mean, I don't know about, you know, how much, but, you know, a 16-year-old, you have like a little kid. You know, somebody like, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know. But you have these different maturity levels. You know, a little kid, a teenager, like a 16-year-old, usually isn't going to act like, you know, a 5-year-old. A 20-year-old isn't going to act like a 16-year-old. You know, and so on and so on. You know, a 30-year-old is not going to act like a 16-year-old or a 20-year-old. So it's kind of that advancement. And for me, it's all fucked up. It really is. It's really fucked up. Wow, I'm almost finished with this thing. I got 46:30 and I'm at 30 or 36:33. But, and I don't know how to process that as a person that's been through these health issues for so long. I don't know how to do it. And even if I did, it would be weird. And even if I got with a woman my age, or, I mean, getting with an older woman is really, like, psychologically just fucked up right now. I mean, she could be great, you know, I could fall in love with her and everything else, but I'm not saying that I'm trying to, like, you know, not pity, but I forgot what that's called. But, like, I'm not just, like, I don't know what you call that, but at the same time, I don't want someone that's young, you know. I want someone that's in very fertile years. You know, 16 would be pretty cool, but unfortunately, you gotta wait until you're 18. Hey, 18 is cool too. Okay, you know, wait through the law, by the law. Say 17, 18, boom, boom. But you know, that creates a lot of other issues, especially if there's parents involved. It's like, you know, and not to mention, it's like, what is she going to do? Where is she at in her life? You know, and then you have the whole process of where I should be at in my life. You know, say that there is younger women, say in their 20s or whatever, that actually wants to get with an older man. I feel like personally that most people in their 30s, not everybody, there's a lot of lazy couch potatoes, but by then you should have a job, you should have a place, you should have things that's already in place. So if you do want to take on a relationship with a 20-year-old, and if she's mature enough to actually have a relationship with a 30-something, 40-year-old, you know, and everything would be easy peasy, breezy, whatever. Yeah, but myself, I'm not even there, and I don't know what to do. I mean, you know, I want a young girl. I don't think I would say 18 because that's like a holy shit difference. I mean, maybe to like screw her or something, but even then that would be strange. Even then that would just be strange in general. Like, me? I gotta really... Yeah, I'm starting to hit the vegetables and fruits more. But even then, like, I'm noticing, like, I'm aging like a mofo. Like, I don't look like I did 7 years ago. Like, I've lost, like, my hair is thinning out. It's getting short. My face is getting fuller. I've gained 74 pounds in 2.5 years. I've gained 4 pant sizes, you know. I mean, there's probably women out there that's expressing the same thing. They don't want to get with the, you know, like maybe they're like screwed up or something. I mean, I doubt it. I mean, I think it's possible, but I don't know. I just really overall feel, I don't know. You know, say if I want to, you know, just all of a sudden, say I won a huge ass jackpot of money. You know, the type of money where I could actually buy vehicles, buy a house, buy property, buy everything that's needed. You know, try to get myself in a healthier position. Say I actually start making healthy progress where I'm actually starting to feel better. I actually have more energy. I don't have all kinds of issues with my health overall. You know, say if I do get a chick, well, that's going to be fucking weird, man, to me. And even, say if I even did get a chick, say I'm 34 now, you know, each year, you know, plus that 9 months, right? So say I got married in the next 4 years and had a kid. You know, so say I had a kid at 45. Well, no, wow, that's way too fast, long. 30, 35, 36, you know? It's like, I don't know. That'd be strange too. You know, and not to mention, you know, I think that we still, even though we're, you know, we're in the system of westernized individuality and whatever, we're still primal. So my team, the people that I know, it'd be a little strange, you know? Like if you were hanging out with people and everybody was getting married and everybody's having kids and everything else, you would be able to bond, you know? Bros would be able to bond with bros and girlfriends would be able to do the same, and, you know, or sometimes you could ask one of your friend girls, like, hey, you know, what's up? Or, you know, you can learn all these things. Like, I think that's fucking embarrassing, you know? Say I'm 35, I'm 34 now, so say if I was 35, 36 and I had a kid, what the fuck would I do? And then it would kind of be embarrassing because I'm at that age, I should know what to do, or at least I should have something, you know, and if not that, I should have some type of security, so when the kid is, you know, born, you know, me and the girl that I'm with, hopefully a wife, because I believe in marriage. I guess I could actually go a few ways. I believe in the marriage that actually somehow lasts and it's very fulfilling. But even then, you know, I think about the. I gotta get off in about a couple of minutes. But I think about, oh damn, dude, don't do that. I think about like all the things. Oh, that's what it was. Like careers. You know, I was talking about careers earlier, like age limits and everything else, and blah 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 blah. But okay, say I get into a career, you know, or say I get into a relationship. Say my relationship doesn't work out. You know, you're starting to get to the point that now it's starting to get harder. You might have to be forced to get with one of those old gals, because the only way you're getting with a young girl is if you got a lot of money, and even then, and then she's probably just with you because of the money. There's a few of those out there, or was. And I don't want these girls where I just give them money, like, oh, baby, I love you. Oh, I love you too, baby. I'm like, oh, yeah, I bet you do. You love my money. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the hell to do. I don't know what to think. And, you know, the career thing, it's like, that's what I was trying to say, is it's like the careers, relationships, this, that, blah, 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 blah. It's like pretty much a one-time thing. I mean, everybody's getting older. Everybody's different. Everybody's doing different things. It's, you know, it's like this, my ex-chick, I mean, she's a LVN now, you know, one of the same ones. I'm assuming she's sane, but, you know, that's cool. But, you know, if I got with her now, I mean, shit, she's like 27 now, I think. So, or whatever it was. Yeah, about 27. So, don't ask. Yeah, it didn't really last long. I mean, it would have, but there was kind of an age barrier. Yeah. So I just kind of left that alone. I was like, okay. But she's cool, you know, she's cool people. It's just, we don't talk anymore because I broke up with her. And, I mean, I don't know if we were really going out, to be honest. I mean, I guess in a sense we were, but yeah, I tried to call her like a few years ago and she never wanted to talk to me again. She said that I stopped talking to her, and I should have, like, I didn't think about it. I was like, Paige, first of all, you stopped talking to me. You fucking moved off to Colorado with your parents, man. But in a sense, I did kind of stop talking to her, but it was mainly because of my health issues. But at the same time, you know, yeah. But anyways, I'm going to get off. I got like 28 seconds. So, just comment, like, subscribe. That'd be cool. Maybe you can help me out with some stuff. And no, I'm not trying to get with those girls. I'm just saying. Just, you know, thinking of history of other cultures and whatever. Alright, cool. I'm flashing. Laters.